So the Warriors took Game 5 at home. Before getting to the rest of the game, it should be noted that basically all of Curry's three-point records on like an individual game level came to an end. Record for playoff games was a 3 made. Record for playoff games was 2 3 made. Consecutive, and so forth. Like, he went 0 for 9 from deep in 37 minutes. He did put up 16 points and 8 assists, but man, oof. The Celtics really missed an opportunity to capitalize here. So far through 5 games, the home-road split has identically mirrored the 1984 finals. The road team takes Game 1, the home team takes Game 2, the home team takes Game 3, the road team takes Game 4, the home team takes Game 5, and if this pattern holds, Boston would take Game 6 at home, but the Warriors would win the title by winning the 7th game at home to win the title. And now on to what I saw during the game. This was far and away Draymond's best game, even if he did, according to the broadcast, become the first player to foul out in 3 finals games in one series since Dale Davis in 2000. His stat line in 35 minutes was 3 of 6, 2 for 2 from the free throw line, 0 of 2, 8 points, which all came in the first half, 8 rebounds, including 7 defensive, 6 assists, and a steal. Otto Porter Jr. once again started, and he didn't do much. 1 for 3, 2 boards, 2 points. Did have a plus or minus of plus 6, but the entire Warriors lineup, in terms of starters, had a positive plus minus, so I'm not putting too much stock into that. On the flip side, Tatum was the leading scorer with 27 points and 10 rebounds, also threw in 4 assists, but like most of the Celtics, except for Jaylen Brown, was absolutely terrible at the line. The Celtics as a team went 21 for 31 from the free throw line, which is just unacceptable. Drop Brown's 8 for 10, and you get 13 out of 21, which drops their free throw percentage from 67.7 to 61.9%. You're just not going to win finals games on the road shooting that low of a percentage. Celtics basically ran a 7-man rotation. All 5 of their starters played 30 or more minutes. Pritchard got 5 minutes, Derek White got 21, and Grant Williams got 16. Nobody else got more than a single minute in presumably garbage time. The Warriors' rotation, on the other hand, was a little bit more balanced. Otto Porter Jr. may have gotten the second consecutive start, but he still only played 15 minutes. Kevon Looney off the bench at 17 minutes. Gary Payton II had 26 minutes. Jordan Poole had 14. Iguodala got a cameo at 4 minutes, and then everybody else got 1. This game was a very streaky shooting game. At one point, the Celtics missed 12 in a row, and they got down by 16 because of it. And then the Warriors started missing 14 in a row, with the Celtics making 8 in a row of their own threes. And something I noticed in that sometime during the second quarter, it appeared that Udoka and the Celtics just reflected their offensive sets. What used to work on the right wing's now on the left wing, and right block, left block. Down the center was still the same. And apparently it worked because of those 8 3-pointers in a row. 7 of them were either from the left wing or the left elbow, with the one exception being a straightaway 3 by Smart to take the Celtics' first lead of the ball game. But this was a total team effort by Golden State. Wiggins finally broke the 20-point barrier. In his 43 minutes, he went 12 of 23 from the line. Yeah, I did not realize he went 0 6 from deep too. But he put in 26 points, 13 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. And he's proof that sometimes a guy just needs to be in the right situation more than he needs to be drafted number 1 overall. But looking at the box score closer, Klay was the only person to even make a 3 in the starting lineup. Draymond went 0 for 2. Otto Porter Jr. also went 0 for 2. And Boston really let this one slip away when it's all said and done. You fight and fight and fight to get back from down 16, and you're unable to close the third quarter properly. You let Poole jolt the arena awake with a buzzer beater off the glass at the slimmest of margins to take a 1-point lead. And I don't think Boston ever took the lead in the fourth quarter. At least the crowd might have quieted down for a little bit. To make matters worse, the Celtics got a grand total of 10 bench points. 3 from Grant Williams, 3 from Luke Cornett, I think, in garbage time, 3 from Aaron Smith, also in garbage time, and then 1 from Derek White. That's also not going to win you many ball games. If you score 94 points and 10 of them are from the bench and 6 of those 10 are in garbage time, that's not a very well-balanced scoring distribution to beat these Warriors. By contrast, bench points from Golden State came out to 31. Granted, only 3 players scored, with Gary Payton putting in 15, Poole putting in 14, and Anderson putting in 2 in garbage time. But still, that's 31-10. That's a massive advantage. If Boston wants to win Game 6 and force to Game 7, they need Derek White to score off the bench. They need Grant Williams to produce. Or they need to find somebody who, off that bench, who can produce. And you can also look at the assist total. 18 assists to 18 turnovers for Boston. By contrast, the Warriors had a 23-6 turnover ratio as a team. I'm actually surprised the Warriors only had 6 turnovers. It definitely felt like more. Maybe it's because Jaylen Brown got free throws off of a couple of those turnovers. But the assist-turnover ratio as a team is something Boston has to work on too. The Warriors are just showing their experience here to be able to pull this out even when Steph is having, statistically speaking, one of his weakest playoff games in his career. Boston has a lot of issues to address for Game 6. They're not out yet because they still have to lose a 4th time, but they're facing elimination twice.